Ehis, this is to answer your question about you posed the question just now where you said do you know other tribes are better than the average Fulani and Hausa people? Do you know that other tribes are better in terms of living well and some extent do you know other tribes are well, that was the original message and you were asking that what's my say on this? Right, I'll give you my say. And for you to get a clearer picture, I need to take you back into history. In 1804, the Hausa kingdoms had been in existence for hundreds of years. They had their own history. They were even Muslim. They practiced a form of Islam called Sufism. Sufism is a general term for a loose style of Islam where people tend to blend in their own traditions. Now, the Sunni Muslims do not like any other type of Islam other than Sunni Islam. The Fulani, who were originally from Futajalon, Sierra Leone, Senegal, had been, because of their pastoral nature, migrating eastward towards the Sudan. And Nigeria is along the way. Northern Nigeria is along the way. So for almost about 100 years before 1804, they'd been settled in Hausa land until Usman Dan Fodio took up Sunni Islam. He went to Sudan and a Libyan imam taught him Sunni Islam. He came back to Nigeria and suddenly started challenging the Hausa kings. And next thing you know, the Fulani attacked the Hausa kings, took over their city-states, and their claim for taking over was that the Hausa kings were not practicing the true Islam and that the Hausa kings were taxing their people too much. Note, note that the Hausa kings were not practicing the true Islam and that the Hausa kings were taxing their people too much. Now, let me break down these 2 points for you to let you know, make you understand why the North looks like the way it looks today. Now, in Islam, you're not supposed to attack or enslave fellow Muslims. But we know the Fulanis attacked fellow Muslims. That was just the cover story that the Hausas were not practicing through Islam. That was just cover story. The reality is the Fulani from their origin in southern Mauritania during the time of the Moors, the Fulani do not have land. The Fulani have spent their entire history going around Africa, West Africa and into East Africa, land grabbing. That's what they do, and that's what they've been doing. They do not have land. All they've done throughout their history is land grab from fellow Muslims, oh, and even better, from non-Muslims. Yeah? Now, they said the Hausa kings, one of their reasons for conquering the Hausa kings was that the Hausa kings were oppressing and taxing their own people too much, as in even the Hausas, the peasant Hausas too much. Yeah? Yeah? Now, let's look at the Hausa today under Fulani rule. Even in Buhari's own government, how many Hausas are there? Hmm? How many Hausas really control anything in the north? And even those that look like they do, are they not just simple house boys like Tinubu them and Peter Obi them and Ohaneze and Afenifere? Those you think those ones are real elites? No, they are not elites. They are just the house boys of the real Fulani elite. Yeah, and let's keep looking at the Hausas. Look at the Hausas today. Apart from them not being in charge of any major thing on their own land, though, who are the ALMAJIRIs? Do you know what an ALMAJIRI is? An ALMAJIRI is a Hausa person who has been disenfranchised for over 200 years, who has nothing other than a begging bowl that he takes to whether it's the emir or the sultan or the local Fulani chief of his area virtually every day to go begging for food and any other alms he can get. So, and then also ask yourself, yeah, how many Fulani Alimajiri are there? Have you ever seen any Fulani Alimajiri? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. So under the Hausas, their complaint was that they were being taxed too much. And to the Fulanis, that was bad. But now, under the Fulanis, the Hausas was taxing too much. they've been disenfranchised from education and they've been turned into ALMAJIRIs, state-sanctioned beggars in their own land. Eh? Is the picture becoming clearer for you? Do you think a Hausa man likes being ALMAJIRI? And then let's even look at the ALMAJIRI system to, okay, let's extrapolate it from how they apply it on the individual Hausa man. And let's extrapolate it to how they treat Nigeria as an ALMAJIRI entity, where we are all under domination. They come, take our resources, take our tax money, share it between themselves, and then we go begging them for a cut. And then they give us crumbs. Can you not see, Ehis, that you're an ALMAJIRI right now? You're an ALMAJIRI, all but in name. Listen, Ehis, when you see a Fulani man, yeah, and you see him with his cattle, he doesn't have house, he doesn't have car. That's not the same thing with ALMAJIRI. In fact, in the eyes of the Fulani man with his cattle, he is even richer than you with your car. Yeah? Do you know cattle used to be a form of currency going back 3,000 years ago across the Sahara? The more cattle you had, the richer you were. Well, as it is, that's still what the Fulani follow today. In their eyes, even if they have one cattle, they are richer than you, whether you have house or car. So, Fulani man living in the bush, inside that their thatch hut, as long as he has his cattle, he's rich, oh. Even though he's in the bush, there's no electricity. He's rich, oh. As long as he has his cattle, has his Quran, he's rich. So you can't compare them with ALMAJIRI on any level. And I'm still asking you, please, show me proof of Fulani ALMAJIRI that you've ever seen. Show me. Look, when I was in Nigeria, I schooled in the north, well, in the middle belt. So I know Fulani and Hausa. I mixed with them. Listen, Ehis, yeah? When you see a Fulani man, show me proof of a Fulani ALMAJIRI that you've ever seen. He doesn't have house, he doesn't have car. That's not the same thing with ALMAJIRI. You're still going on about big Biafran boys. In fact, in the eyes of the Fulani man, show their face. He is even richer than you with your car. Are you not seeing Python dance? Do you know cattle used to be a form of even currency? Before Python dance, did you not see what they've been doing years ago? All those businessmen, Igbo businessmen in the Nnewi, even innocent. The more cattle you had, using the banks to steal their money. Well, as it is, that's still what the Fulani follow today. I mean, in their eyes, you know, Henry, you know cattle, inside they are richer than you, whether you have house or car. So it's not a smart move. Living in the bush, even a child knows that's not a smart move. Thatch hut. You are funding an underground movement. He's rich for your own freedom. Even though he's in the bush, there's no electricity. You that you're funding now, he's rich. Lion's jaw in the lion's den. He's rich. You now start showing your money and parading your face. So you can't compare them with ALMAJIRI. Come on, man. Level. Come on. And I'm still asking you, please, to you, dude? Show me proof of Fulani ALMAJIRI that you've ever seen. Is it fear of war? Or is it love for enslavement? Show me. Look, when I was in Nigeria, I schooled in the north, well, in the middle belt. So I know Fulani and Hausa. I mixed with them. Well, see, if you're so scared of this war, please show me proof and of you think, Fulani okay, yeah, you should just lie low. How long are you going to lie low before the Fulani will still turn up at your doorstep? What is it? Do you think you can freeze, you can play dead and freeze out, play freeze till this thing blows over? And if you do, how about your children? Guy, You seem to have a very, not talk the one they'll say I'm being too harsh now. You seem to have a very naive view of the so-called elite. Now, do you think people like Dangote, Buhari, Abakiari, Dantata, uh, all those northern cabals, do you think they're on the same level? Or let me put the question even how it should be. Do you think the cabal in the south, like Tinubu, Rochas, Amechi, what's this, Oshimole, do you think they're on the same level as the cabal in the north? Hmm? I mean, is it not Tinubu that is begging them for presidency in 2023? In fact, Tinubu is helping worsen the situation we're in now by doing do or die politics because of that president he wants to become. Instead of him to be, okay, if he wants to lead something, he should start thinking about leading Oduduwa nation. But no, he wants to lead the whole of Nigeria. And he thinks that he thinks that Fulani that used to enslave them, used to enslave Yoruba in the past, that have the mentality of, I am your master, you are my slave. You think those guys are happy? You think those guys don't know their history? And you think they're happy that, so because of 20th century, common Yoruba slave or Igbo slave will now become my president and I'll be calling him sir? Do you think they enjoyed Goodluck's presidency? Do you think they enjoyed Obasanjo's presidency? Have you not heard that tape that leaked of conversation between one Fulani politician and one of his Yoruba house boys, where he was telling them how they couldn't wait to get rid of Jonathan? This guy, man, you don't seem to really understand the country you're in. All you guys keep ranting at me is, yeah, bro, yeah, this. Look, I've lived in Nigeria probably more longer than most of you have. I've also lived abroad long enough, and I, I might not be in Nigeria, but over here, I have access to unlimited internet, and I work from home too. And I have 3 laptops. So as I'm working on one, I'm always watching something on the other or reading something on another. Yeah? And I've schooled in Nigeria. And for Chinaka talking about, I was member of IPOB, do you think you're the only person that knows people in IPOB? Do I have to be in Igbo land before I'm in IPOB? Man, Ehis, look, I'm not here to be doing conspiracy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. At the end of the day, I'm a Nigerian. And my stake in Nigeria is at stake. Maybe you don't seem to realize your stake is at stake, but I realize mine. And I realize that I can't fight that fight alone. I need to wake other people up to that cause because I can't do it alone. Look, Henry, you best discuss the Fulani because a lot of people don't seem to get it. In fact, I'll even say you don't really even seem to fully get the picture. But yes, not only discuss Fulani, we need to discuss our own enemies within. Because if we don't understand our enemies, it's because we don't understand our enemies within that the Fulanis are getting away with murder. Our enemies within range from our so-called godfathers, from Ohaneze Igbo to Afenifere, Tinubu, Rochas, Amechi, uh, Obasanjo, anybody that parades himself around Oduduwa Republic, even our traditional rulers, our so-called Obis and Obas and whoever else, and Ezes, they are all part of the problem. Our celebrities, yes. But see, Henry, we cannot wait for these guys. That's what you don't realize. You seem to think, oh, let's just wait until all the celebrities stand up and take a stand and start voicing. Uh, Oh, let's even look at the ones that have stood up and voiced. What's happening? Charlie Boy, them. What's happening? Is it not just one man? What can one man do? That's what you don't realize. And must they all be celebrities? Are they our new rulers now? Let me tell you something, Henry. Yeah, yeah. You don't need to wait for your celebrity to show you what freedom is. The average poor illiterate man in Nigeria knows what freedom is. And when they hear that call and it's genuine, trust me, nobody will tell them. They'll rise up and follow. Let's stop being naive about this. This is serious shit. Let's stop. You guys think, oh, we're in the 21st century. Genocides don't happen anymore. Ethnic cleansing don't happen anymore. What happened in Rohingya? Sri Lanka was only 10 years ago. The Tamil Tigers. So let me tell you something. Don't you guys don't Sudan. When did Sudan just finish? Was Sudan not ethnic cleansing? In fact, Sudan was the first. Sudan was like a practice run of what the herdsmen, those Janjaweed militia, was like a practice run of what the herdsmen are doing in Nigeria today. I don't know why you guys seem to think this thing is a joke or a conspiracy or whatever. Uh, Ace thinks that Igbos are stupid. That because once we just see an Igbo man, we should just vote him. Oh, Kingsley. Vote Kingsley now. He's an Igbo man. Oh, like that will help. Okay, Igbos vote Kingsley. Yorubas vote Shore. Who did that help? That even fucks shit up. You know? Oh, and then, oh, he's an Igbo man. Just vote him. Ah, look at Peter Obi now. He's an Igbo man. Come on. You know? It, God. Is it not Peter Obi they are using to dangle Niger Bridge at us again? Like Igbo man is stupid. Like Niger Bridge that they've been promising us since how many campaigns ago? Niger Bridge, Niger Bridge, Niger Bridge, Niger Bridge. And then the Niger Bridge even, did you hear what Lai Mohammed did? They they started building it, then went to the other side, continued some work, and Lai Mohammed came out and said, oh, the second Niger Bridge will soon be complete. What nonsense. I Man, man, to be honest, yeah, I can't even believe the way some people reason. They don't have the information, but they are ready to argue, die. And by the way, the Yoruba hate Igbo's hating Yoruba card is not working anymore because the light is beginning to shine. Yeah, maybe the light hasn't reached you yet, but it's beginning to shine. The Igbos, well, and Kanu even played a big part in it. The Igbos are beginning to realize the Yoruba youths don't have any beef with Igbos. Because the Igbos genuinely don't even have any beef with Yoruba. They too have cabal that is sabotaging them, their own like Ohaneze, their governors that is sabotaging them. They have the same problem as Igbos. So that card doesn't is not working anymore. And let me also tell you, I've been hearing a lot of reports that a lot of the young Yoruba are preparing for their own agitation as well. So, you can be there in your one Nigeria dreamland. Dude, it's over. One Nigeria is dead. Just wake up, smell the coffee. Yeah, I know paradigm shifts of the mind are very difficult because it means redefining almost everything you knew, you know. But hey, you can't ignore it, and pretending it's not happening won't stop it from happening. Henry, But I've explained this thing to you before, not even today. I've explained it before that first of all, yeah, whatever cabal are in the east or in the west or in the south, before you even become part of that cabal, you have to swear allegiance to the northern cabal to be their boy. Do you really think the northern cabal will see an IPOB member and they will let him come near Abuja? Do you know the federal government decides how much money to allocate to each state? So the Fulani cabal there, they are there. So okay, fine. The IPOB member wins clearly by election. This one they couldn't even rig it. It was like 100% voting for the IPOB guy that Fulani cabal couldn't rig it. Fine. The guy now goes to Aso Rock for his allocation. Yeah. And the Fulani cabal clearly know this guy is IPOB and he wants his own country because he's afraid that Fulani will kill him. And that also in him and his people's agitation, there might be war. And you think they'll decide and give him billions, knowing fully well that apart from developing his country, which is not even their real problem, some of that money is going to go into buying arms. Come on, Henry, man. Like, come on. Oh, God. Nigeria has oil, but clearly the oil is not spreading into people's brains well. See, let me tell you something, Henry. Even if every single human being down south started agitating, and every single human being down south was as peaceful as Gandhi, mm, mm, we cannot decide what the Fulanese want and how they'll respond. I will also tell you this, that so far, from the way the Fulanese are acting, they want blood. Mm? Now, let me also tell you this. If we say, oh, let's just wait till we find a way of doing it with no bloodshed, then, Henry, let's forget it. Hmm? Let's forget it. I mean, we haven't even started and there's already bloodshed. So what are you on about? We haven't even started. There's already bloodshed. What are you on about? If you want to wait till we find this holy grail system that will do it without any bloodshed whatsoever, then Henry, set up a YouTube channel or Facebook page and start agitating that. Let's forget it until we find that way. Let's forget until we find that system. Look, like I keep saying, and you don't seem to have, I don't know, maybe you've not read what I've been saying. War and revolution does not wait till you're ready. Hmm? Hmm? You can be in your house thinking all day, oh yeah, I want to do something, but I haven't come up with the idea of how to do it peacefully. Let me tell you something. The area boy under the bridge, whose problem is bigger than your own, and who's got nothing to lose, eh, is not going to wait for you. The day the demon of revolution push him, that's the day he'll start. Whether you are ready or not. You see, Chinaka, oh man. I don't want to be, if I do now, they'll say Starman don't come again. Chinaka, look. This one is not about bragging, but it's not you that'll teach me history. Hmm? Hmm? And it's not you that'll teach me about Igbo ancestry. I never said Jews migrated into West Africa to become Igbo. I said Jews migrated into West Africa and mingled with the already indigenous people there. Chinaka, please, do yourself a favor and go and crack open some history books. Yeah? So that your own head will open. Please. Let me tell you something you don't understand, Chinaka, about the geopolitics of war. Hmm? All this your attack against Judaism, oh, praying to evil wall in Jerusalem. You're not the first person I've come across making this attack on IPOB, Biafra, Kanu. Yeah? And it's a very premature, immature attack. Hmm? Hmm? Let me break it down to you. In fact, you haven't even presented me anything I'll remotely call a credible argument. To me, you just be making noise. Yeah? Judaism, evil. You're not even giving me any credible thing. The most credible argument I've ever heard against Kano and his Judaism was that if he thinks that countries give you support based on your religion, that it doesn't work like that because countries give you support. Country give you support based on what they are going to get to you. Sorry, what they are going to get from you in return. And I thought about it and I thought, well, to be honest, it seems, the guy is thinking in idealist terms, but the world doesn't quite work like that. And I responded, okay, fine. Countries are interested in what they're going to get from you, like maybe oil or whatever resources. Hmm? But how is that country going to sell it to their people? That, okay, oh, we're going to help these guys in their fight or in their war because, oh, so is the president of that country going to tell their people, oh, we're going to help those guys in their fight or in their struggle or in their war because they're giving us 50 million barrels of oil a year? No, now. That's not how it works. Yes, the 50 million barrels of oil a year, that will be talked about in private. But what the president will sell to his people is that we're going to help those other people because they're Christians too, or because they are Muslims too, which that's for Muslims, that's standard. That's how Muslims sell each other to each other when they want to help each other. They are Muslims too. Allahu Akbar. That's standard. And I'm sure if there were more Jewish states, that's how Jews would sell it to each other too, to justify helping each other in whatever conflict or wars. So look, you see, there's one problem. Before I used to think it was Igbo people that had this problem, but I notice a lot of Nigerians have it. Yorubas have it, but for some reason, the Igbo man's version of the problem is the worst, and that's an ignorant Igbo man. When I say ignorant, an Igbo man who does not have all the facts, but argues as on like say nobody fit tell him anything. But meanwhile, he does not have all the facts, and he doesn't even want to know that there are facts he might not have. Hmm? Like I said to you before, go and dig into the history. you will find that Jews have been migrating from time into West Africa, not just even Igbo land. So before you start attacking, go and read the history first, because if you don't, you will look silly arguing with someone like me that has read the history. Because to me, I can see your ignorance. I can see it. And then also take the time out to study what Nnamdi has talked about Biafra being a confederation of 7 independent, indigenous, homogeneous nations. Stop ranting like a mad, senseless dog. Nigeria is like an ALMAJIRI system where someone comes, takes your thing, and then you have to go begging them for it, for a piece, a little crumb. Every single person that resides south of the Niger and Benue River in Nigeria today and in the Middle Belt is an ALMAJIRI. Every single indigenous tribe in those regions, they are all ALMAJIRIs. From your governors, your celebrities, your holy men, your senators, your traditional rulers, they are all ALMAJIRIs. Yes, because that's it. An ALMAJIRI is someone else has come into their space, dominated them, and they have to beg for rights. No, not even rights. Not even rights. No, no. They have to beg for pittance. Some of my some of my friends, think that our cabals down south are part of this problem. The Tinubus and Amechi. Look, look, look. Let me tell you something. Tinubu, Amechi, Oshimole, Rochas, Ojuzok, all those guys, Ohaneze, Afenifere, as long as they're all dancing this their APC PDP fraudulent selection tune. In fact, they can be best described as glorified ALMAJIRI. No disrespect. This is not intended to disrespect or or laugh at, or the real ALMAJIRIs up north. This is not what I mean. This is not what this is about. The irony of being an ALMAJIRI is that you do not even realize the magnitude of your desperate situation. You exist not even day to day, but meal to meal. You have all these so-called elites down south running cap in hand to Abuja, going begging, so that they can send their children to, the best schools abroad or whatever. even if their own people are dying. I have some people trying to tell me that, Igbos, do you think you're the only people suffering? Can't you see ALMAJIRI up north? Is their situation not worse than yours? Man, we used to be intelligent. We used to be a bright group of people. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. They've turned us all into ALMAJIRI with the education system and the economic system. They've turned you into an ALMAJIRI if you do not know. Because part of being an ALMAJIRI is that you will not even know you're an ALMAJIRI. Come on. Oh, man. This problem is serious and people do not realize. Especially down south. They really do not realize. Look, Tinubu, you are a glorified ALMAJIRI. The fact that whether you're a Muslim or whatever does not in any way put you on anywhere near the same footing as your overlords. Amechi, you can kiss ass as much as you want. And Amechi, they talk story, sha. Man, clearly you've gone to Lai Mohammed Academy. Clearly. But you're an ALMAJIRI. You, Lai Mohammed self, as in you find the man who chased the devil out of Nigeria. You're an ALMAJIRI as well. Lai Mohammed. Hey, Lai Mohammed, we talk life finish. Devil shouts Jesus. Lai Mohammed. Yes, you're an ALMAJIRI. If you like, pretend, because I'm sure your brain pretends to itself. That's the only way you can be someone like Lai Mohammed. But you're an ALMAJIRI. Rochas or okoroausa or cockroach or ochicha, as I prefer to call you. Your papa na Hausa man ko. You are an ALMAJIRI. Oshimole. King Oshimole with your palace. Inside that your palace, where you built for your village, you are an ALMAJIRI. I beg. I know these guys, man. I'm to carry them for mine na burden. Na burden. Can't even remember all of them. All the pastors, celebrities. Yeah, an ALMAJIRI. What a zoo.